This module covers artifacts related to the hardware because it also leaves some traces within the Windows operating system when you plug in and remove or simply connect some hardware. I know end users not very often connect different graphic cards, but when it comes to USB devices, such information may be somehow valuable for different analytical scenarios. The hardware is visible within a registry here under enum. This is the virtual machine and it's fresh one, so this list is relatively short. Number of devices here on this particular VM is not that impressive. It is why I will show you my real registry. This is my real registry. If I go to favorites enum, you will see a list of hardware being connected, leaving its traces. The interesting thing is if you connect a hardware, especially USB one, it will leave a trace in the registry. If you disconnect it, it will not disappear automatically. So I can go to USB store and see I have two devices recorded on my machine. I can see one of those. If I go here, I can see a friendly name being Kindle internal storage USB devices because I have connected a Kindle to this machine, and I have also connected some SanDisk SDDR BIP something USB device. So clearly a storage, especially if I can see it under USB store category. For other devices connected to USB, I can verify them as well. Not always I have a comfort of reading a friendly name. Sometimes I have to guess. Sometimes I have to find it by hardware ID, but there is an information that something was connected through USB or through any other interface allowing you to connect some devices. Of course, you can analyze it on your own. If you want to analyze it, I would also recommend you seeing mounted devices in the registry, because here comes the information how it happened that the particular devices appeared as drives. It may be useful for pen drives. Here, if you expand it, you can see it is a Unicode description of the device mounted as D. So I had D, and here you can write the Unicode description. My Kindle appeared as D. Interesting thing, if you want to dig deeper, there is no information about date and time. You have a letter and the device name. For E, I have my SanDisk. For other letters like F, I have some virtual DVD-ROM, as it was most likely connected here. But I cannot easily correlate it with the user. Here I can yet another artifact within the user registry Hive. It is called mount points 2. You can see the full path over here. And here you can see different mounting points within Explorer. And those are not telling you too much. But by spotting this particular GUID here and within devices, you can try to correlate a mounted device with a user which did it, or at least a user which had it present in his Explorer. So it may be somehow useful as well if you want to correlate it with particular user account. For nicely formatted automatic approach to USB devices, there is a Nearsoft tooled USB DView. Here on my VM it is only USB tablet, but on my physical machine, you can see all the stuff being connected through USB with some description, device type, and so on, and with the maybe not great one but white and Y the device which was connected but is not connected anymore, actually was connected a couple of days ago and is not present anymore, so we can analyze what happened here. If you double click on it, you will see a lot of details related to the device itself, so all the stuff that is within the registry about this device, it is nicely decrypted here and can be used somehow with a free Nearsoft utility. Another thing we can find in the registry is the history of networks. I know if you have a cable or a VM, the history of networks is not very exciting, but if you have a laptop connected through Wi-Fi, hovering around and connecting to different networks, analyzing a list of networks may be somehow tempting. I have created a simple PowerShell script for this purpose. I will share it via QR code if you don't want to type in the entire address. If I run this script, the result I providing is I have this line like this, redacted. For a reason, I do not want to display you all the entire history of all networks I have connected my machine, but you can clearly see there is a couple of networks. Each of those has a name. It normally will be displayed if you run my script from GitHub. When it appeared, so the first network appeared in 21, it was when I installed this operating system. What is the last connected date, and you can see some of those are relatively fresh while others are not that much. So especially on the laptop, I really like this feature. When I found it, I have run it first on the laptop, and it was like a beautiful travel down memory lane, which is all about forensic, because judging by network names I observed and by the timeline about the date and time of connection, I reminded myself a lot of my travels, and it was really nice. So if you travel with a computer, try to run this script to figure out where did you connect on this machine. Reading this data from the registry requires admin permissions, so you must be an admin to run this script. However, it is only reading from the registry. Yet another thing we can mention when it comes to the hardware-related artifacts is an Amcache. Amcache is actually kind of a virtual registry hive. It is not clearly exposed, but it exists on the drive, and it contains some undocumented data which were the Amcache was heavily investigated for the analytical purposes. Here you can see the result of analysis made by French team. If you want to go there on your own, and I have back then a couple of years ago also tried to figure out what is all about when it comes to stuff which is present in the Amcache but not yet documented. Now we have a fresher documentation. I also contributed there, but this one, especially those flags, their meaning, it is a bit of reverse engineering. So I could play with drivers and Amcache. Obviously, it requires administrative permissions. I will run it on the machine, on the virtual machine. It requires administrative permissions because as you cannot read the file because it's in use, you have to create a snapshot, and this is what the entire snapshot thing. It is something that happens at the very beginning of my script, and then analysis happen. And if you try to run it, I hope it still works. The snapshot was made, and now it should be analyzed and displayed in a form of nice grid after being analyzed. So it is a history of drivers being loaded into your Windows operating system with all those flags. The content of the Amcache is quite huge, so going through all those entries may take some time, but you will see a history of drivers taken out of the amcache.hve file, the nice one, officially stored for the compatibility purposes, but I'm not sure how it is practically used. It is absolutely undocumented. It's only reversed, and information about the set of drivers, which in turns means about your devices, is historically stored there as well. We are close to the end, and we should see a nice, however quite short, a list of drivers. Those are from Microsoft. It is a VM, so it is short, but you can see those 3 drivers being loaded and recorded within Amcache. If you run it on another machine, you will clearly see drivers for all third-party stuff ever connected to this particular machine. So it may provide you some additional forensic information as well, especially if you can correlate with the other data. So please dig through your registry, through your artifacts, to find information not only about the currently connected hardware, but also about the historically connected one, because it can give you more details, allowing you to properly analyze and recover, maybe not recover, just discover the history of the machine.